I hate them. Okay, in all seriousness. Alright, so I'm gonna just be flat out honest here. As far as I understand that entire, I'm gonna call it a space. That entire space, I find it annoying. Um, Now you're probably wondering, did someone that's an NSFW creator did something to you? Yes. I meant. Well, I don't know. I guess he was. I'm not sure. I can't tell who's an actual NSFW creator, but they all put minor do not interact in their bio or whatever. So I'm assuming they are an NSFW creator, but I feel like most of them are not. They just don't want to interact with a minor. But then again, it's like it's something so stupid. But genuinely, I feel like they put too much shine on the community and not for the right way. Like literally, and they don't show the best example either. They just don't. And I feel like it will be so least consequential if they can like show that. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say NSFW creators still aren't creators, right? Um, Art is art. It comes in many shapes, many sizes, and many forms. We all love art. We all love seeing art, right? But when it comes to that, they get put on the forefront of everything. Like if you're an NSFW creator, you get popular instantly. Like it's so instant you cannot believe, right? I haven't seen it personally myself. It's just like every time. Like I have friends that like obviously they cycle, they cycle the internet. They do, and they show me some like stuff from other creators. I'm just like, where did this guy come from? And I'm just like, who is this? And obviously you never really hear these people because obviously creators that doesn't like dabble in that, they don't really talk or they'll ever mention that, so you never really hear these people. But of course you would hear about them in, of course, 18 plus spaces or groups where where that would be. My thing that I always hated was when you're a creator that just does safer work. I think it's already pushed throughout my content. A creator that does safer work, you do not get as much traction as one that does NSFW, right? And I think it's crazy. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I ain't friends with two people that does NSFW content. They're both protogens, all right? They're both protogens. They're both protogens, and I'm gonna put them on a coat hanger because no one told them to draw my character pregnant. That's a whole side story. I apparently I talk too crazy. Yes, I like to banter with my friends. Right? He decided to draw me pregnant, and I was like, "Yo, why did you draw?" And like crazy because one of them drew excitement pregnant, like hand drawn with a pencil, and I was looking at him like, "Why did you do that?" It was funny. It was funny, but now I'm sitting here like, why did he do excitement like this, bro? I don't understand. And then my other friend, for the love of everything holy, Brutal Omni King. What did he do to him? I sat there and I was like, I couldn't imagine. I'm glad they never posted this anywhere, by the way, because I was sitting there like, I think that would be like the biggest humiliation ever. Just like, all right, relax. We don't need to get chaos like cooked like this. We don't, bro. Just I like my character. Don't get him fried. I feel like those two deserve to be put on a hanger. But then they're both NSFW creators, and they get popular quickly and easily because they do NSFW stuff. Now, I like my flow. I should probably make that clear. I like my flow. I like my casual flow of, slowly going on up. I'm not in a rush for anything. But I really do feel like when it comes to this kind of stuff, I genuinely feel like more traction should be given to creators that aren't NSFW, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And I know what you're probably thinking, well, why doesn't your NSFW friends probably, like, I don't know, put some shine onto you or repost your content? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I wonder that too at times, but I genuinely don't know. Now, if we had to be real, I might get the wrong audience. You know what I'm saying? When you create an audience, you will want that audience there for you. And of course, when you're, I guess, sharing your audience with someone else, you will probably have someone that would be kind of around your level of understanding, if that audience member is flexible enough to even go check out that person's content in the first place, right? So that's another factor that need to be kept in. When it comes to this, I just think that there should be a bigger picture being looked at here, because I'm not gonna lie. No matter who talks about furries, we just get generalized. Completely generalized. There's no nuance to this. It's crazy because I used to hate the term nuance, and I found out I indirectly do it. There's no thought, there's no nuance to this. You're not, there's like no bigger picture being thrown. It's just all of you do this because statistically, okay, so what about the other? You're focused on the majority, but what about the other that aren't like that? Well, it's not, that's your fault. What? If we have no control over that, how is that our fault? I do apologize if I come off like emotionally charged. That's not my my gosh. I wish you see me with my friends. I'm kind of like this when it comes to a situation like this. It's that if when I'm conversating with someone else, I take a minute to listen. Of course, since I'm by myself, talking to whoever's listening or watching, you get it. You already get it. I don't think I need to elaborate any further on that. But my gripes with this, I just can't fathom. I literally cannot fathom this. How these people just can rise up by just making something freaky instantly. You will get those reposts, you will get those likes, and you just rise up instantly. But if you're just a furry that doesn't do that kind of content, just go straight safe for work, people will just look at it and that's it. Like, bro, what? Huh? What's going on here? Now, maybe I don't understand how the internet works, right? That could be that. I think I should understand, right? Because back then I had a history of just like watching, of course, other channels, watching other creators, and case in point, maybe if I actually decide to go learn how to do better editing styles, I could probably get some more people to like my content, I guess. But at the same time, it's like I don't think that would feel natural to me yet, especially when I'm just speaking my mind, Realistically, what should we do about the issue? I think it's a tough one. I really do believe that the eyes and the traction should be shifted, right? If you look at, I probably should make this clear. If you look at NSFW content, cool, I guess. Do your thing. I'm not saying that you can't do that. But then what about the creators that aren't? Are we just gonna let's push those guys aside. They aren't really necessary. Why aren't they necessary? Why do you think the entire social media just thinks that we're just mainly degenerative? Right? Because we just show it. We show it everywhere. We're not being mindful. So it just comes across as that. These people don't want to retain the thought there's genuinely some decent people. And if they are, they're not saying it. They just want to say what appeals to everybody else. Which I guess that's strange for the entire internet, because I guess everyone try to appeal to everybody in some form, right? I mean, I guess when you're trying to build some sort of a community, I guess you're gonna say things that you would want to say to appeal to somebody, I guess. I just want to say what I want to say, and hopefully that you see my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? Or see if you agree. That's my thing. I don't mind people that have an objection or a rebuttal, I guess, as long as you're not being rude about it or whatever. I don't really care. I genuinely think that people should put forth the time to at least show that creators that are safe for work more traction, more eyes, because they are barely shown. They are barely talked about. As far as I've seen how this internet goes, they are barely talked about. It's mainly the NSFW creators, and especially on the furry space too. I still don't get why. You might say I might need to do some more research myself too, because I'm pretty sure there is some decent safe for work creators that exist. There probably is. Probably not much, because I don't get why every time I'm on this internet looking, it's always someone NSFW or just only 18 plus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there trying to process why. what legacies you try and leave behind. Like, imagine trying to leave a legacy and then not everyone can see it. You know what I'm saying? Imagine trying to leave a legacy and then not everyone can see the legacy because it's seen as, I'm gonna say, not applicable for the eyes. It's dumbfounded to me. I'm a person that want to do that. I feel like I've repeated this way too many times, but I think I get my point. I think I should stop the yap session here. You guys have a good one. Like if you like this. If you don't, you don't. I guess. Subscribe if you want more of what I plan to do in the future, because I really got to start sharing my story stuff. And I guess I really should try to dabble more into my art. And the video that I'm planning to make, I still got to do the virtual furry museum and the space dumper thing, so I should really focus on that. On August, I will like tune out for a minute just to get some stuff done, or at least I'll probably make some videos on August, so no one isn't left empty-handed. We'll see. I'm most likely just gonna continue posting regardless or having videos scheduled, because now that I have a whole bunch of games to try out, there will be something there, even if it's not present. But yeah, let me let you go. Bye bye.